Hey, Cub fans, let's go. Don't miss your chance to catch the best matchups in baseball. Reserve your place in line for history in the making. Join the season ticket holder waiting list. It's easy, free to register. For details, visit Cubs.com/waiting list.
All 120 starts for this weekend. If you're a Cub fan, it always feels like it's 120, right?
It's 120 somewhere.
Ray to Rizzo. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
Diamondbacks have the shift on again. I'm assuming that's Lamb out there in short right. Or no, it's probably Drury. Like all their infielders are about the same size.
99th career homer and his second career grand slam. New career high with 83 RBIs. And that will drop down in center. Leadoff single, Anthony Rizzo. That's the biggest difference, among others, for Anthony Rizzo. And you've got a power guy, cuts down on his swing against lefties. I just think understanding the idea that if you're going to hit for a high average, every once in a while you just got to loft one over an infielder. You can't hit them all out of the ballpark.
Well, yeah, and I think too, the maturation of a hitter, you start to understand the game better, the game situation, and when it makes sense to sacrifice power for on base, whether it's punching a single the other way or working a walk, being a little more patient. There are times in the game where it calls for, hey, we need to do damage here, so you might not take a two-strike approach in certain situations. That continues to be the challenge for Javi Baez. Tremendously gifted, and from what I've been told, it's kind of been up and down with him this year. Where he's gone through periods where he has shown an understanding and a willingness to change his approach based on base out and count situations, and there are other times where he'll fall back into that pattern where he's just airing it out on every swing.
Yeah, it's habits, and trying to change those are not easy. The biggest thing for any hitting coach working with a guy is when you make any changes, you got to have some success, because you can sit there if you're John Maley and tell a guy this is what you need to do, but until that guy does it and sees the results, that's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah, there's the subtle art of getting a guy to believe it was his idea.
Right.
That you kind of bring it up and just kind of massage it a little bit, and hopefully he comes up to you someday and, hey, you know what, Males, I think I need to do this. I need to stay inside the ball a little bit better, or change the way I load, moving the hands back, whatever it is that John Mayer or any hitting coach really would have talked about. You want the player to embrace it. And having said all that, if the fix for Javi is only partial, still got a really good player. Even he's going to be a high strikeout guy. If he can cut down some with his power and his ability to play the infield and speed, he's still going to be a very good player.
Rizzo at first, nobody out, and a 2-2 from Ray. Knocked down by the catcher, Saltalamacchia.
A good take there. If you recall Baez's last at bat, he chased the changeup down to strike out. Looks like either change or a little slide piece.
Ball 4.
Walk's a big part of the story yesterday. That's the third one for Ray here this afternoon. So far, other than pitch count issues, it hasn't hurt him. Not on the scoreboard anyway. Hey, everybody clap along.
Two on, nobody out. Castro looks at ball 1 outside.
With Starlin losing playing time here lately, it's important for Joe Madden to get him the occasional start and certainly, pinch hit from time to time to keep him sharp, but really just so the guys in the dugout can clap too. They have a big time during the Castro walk-up music.
It's an added bonus for sure. Missed again.
Couple guys on. We talked about it earlier. The tempo slows down. Lots of conversations as the veteran Saltalamacchia tries to nurse the rookie Ray through this situation.
We've had a couple of young starting pitchers face the Cubs to start this series. Zach Godley yesterday and Robbie Ray today, and it could simply be that they've missed their spots on occasion, but it looks like they are trying to get the Cubs to go out of their zone, and they're realizing the hard way that by and large they won't.
Yeah, especially with men on base. All of a sudden, and it's not just young pitchers, but I think it's more typical of young pitchers. You start to pitch away from contact with men on base, and you set yourself up for a big inning.
Swing and a miss. Is that a change?
That's a good changeup. There's the counterattack. A fastball count. The guy sitting dead red makes a pitch with the changeup.
Two and one. Here it comes. It's low. Good take.
Looks to me like he kind of guided that one, and Castro with an early read on it. Well, I think right center here, Starlin. He hangs you a breaking ball or a changeup, and you yank that one and out of the zone.
Rizzo singled. Baez walked. Now 3-2 on Castro. Who's not going. Ground ball, base hit. Rizzo to third. Gary Jones will stop him. Baez caught, and he got lucky. He got lucky that ball wasn't cut off. He was almost halfway to third. They had a play on him, but the ball got past the cutoff man, so they're loaded.
Mike Harkey, the pitching coach, trotting out to the mound. Castro shoots this ball through the hole between first and second. And Ciardi, we've already seen his arm, so a quick stop sign from Gary Jones. And we'll see Baez, assuming that Rizzo's going to be sent, taking the big turn, and had Goldschmidt been able to cut that one, they probably would have had a play on him. Rules of the road, get the big picture. Know what's in front of you, what's behind you.
Visit by the former Cub Mike Harkey.
And of course, no texting either while base running.
That's right. AT&T UVerse Multiview. They are loaded to David Ross. Let's see, infield. Generally in. It looks like, yeah, they're going to play double play depth up the middle. Actually, all the way around. Here we go. Ross swings and misses. This is a key at bat for the Cubs because Jake Arrieta's on deck. Feels like the inning kind of hinges on this plate appearance for that reason. 0-2.
The challenge hitters by Ray. He's gotten them both by David Ross.
Well, the pitcher on deck, you'd think maybe Chip Hale with 2 strikes would think about moving his middle guys in. But they're still willing to concede the go-ahead run. It's high. It's 1-2. You think twice about it?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, back in the day when Tony La Russa was managing the Cardinals, this is a situation where you might see the infielder start back and then crash. I don't see anybody do that anymore. Tony used to do it a lot. Getting ahead of the hitter a little bit. I think this is just, let's just pound 4-seam fastballs up in the zone, going for a strikeout here.
Goldschmidt way off the bag at first.
Hale in a bit of a pickle here, you know, the old rock in a hard place, because in this situation you have to manage both pitchers. Jake Arrieta's on the other side. You hate to concede a run when you're up against a guy like Arrieta. My goodness, he had no 43 ERA in the month of August. But he's got a very young pitcher out there, and he's trying to do everything he can to minimize the damage for his young left-hander.
Crowd making a lot of noise on a 3-2 with nobody out, and a bouncer to second. Throw's got to go to first. Cubs lead. David Ross with an RBI ground out. So Rizzo is in. It's 1-0.
Well, the KG veteran hitting that ball just soft enough. There was no other option but first base. Oh, that ball beat him. He was really late, but he got on top of it. Made some contact and got a run home.
Second and third for Arrieta. The infield is now in. The outfielder's moving in several steps. See if Jake can come through. Baez at third, Castro at second. And a called strike on the inside corner. Jake made 2 runs hold up in his last start in Los Angeles. So far he's gotten 1 in support. Trying to win his 7th consecutive start.
Pretty good pass at it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. They're really grinding. Single walk, single RBI ground out. Arrieta actually showed bunt with 2 strikes. Now it's 3-2.
That was interesting, and Baez ready to react. Arrieta gets that ball down. Baez is going to try to streak home.
He struck him out. So 2 outs. Infield will move back as Addison Russell will walk up. Well, I don't know how Ray will look at it if he does get Russell with no further damage, but you can bet his manager will take this as a win. Bases loaded, nobody out, and so far 1 run in. Could be a lot better for the Cubs and a lot worse for the Diamondbacks.
He played let's make a deal with Chip Hale. He would have taken that deal. He would not want to peek behind the curtain.
2-0.
Not consistent with that changeup, but he's made a number of really good pitches with it in fastball counts. And so he got back into the count with Castro.
Turned into a very bright afternoon. The hazy sun. 2-2. With the cloud cover, it's kind of silver white-ish if you look up toward the sky. Similar if you get really close to the side of my head. Too many gray hairs coming in.
I don't see any.
Stand back. Don't look too close. 3-2. Fowler on deck. Randall Delgado. There's a ball in the Diamondbacks bullpen. The bat, look out on the strike 3 to end the inning, and I think everybody fortunately is okay. Cubs do get the lead. They hope for more. It's 1-0 after 4.
Hey Chicago, did you know that we can fly you internationally from Midway to your favorite places in Mexico, Belize, Costa Rica, and the Caribbean? You didn't? Well, that's why we're here. Ta-da! Chicago, you have lots of sunny options. So long, stateside. Hello, lots of sunny opportunities. Book now at southwest.com.
Gerald Hyundai moves you forward with a full line of the most fuel-efficient, affordable cars on the road. And we make it easy to save big on your favorite models. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all models to qualified buyers. Drive home today in a new Gerald Hyundai. All backed by the Gerald exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles. There's an exciting drive ahead only at Gerald Hyundai. Gerald Hyundai at I-88 and Orchard Road, or visit GeraldHyundai.com.
Mike Anderson Chevrolet is the Chevy Giant.
And we have a giant selection.
We have hundreds of cars on our lot and hundreds more at our Maryville location. Whatever you're looking for, we got it.
We have Sonics, Trax, and Camaro, and we have to clear them out to make way for the 2016.
Hurry into Mike Anderson Chevrolet in Chicago and save.
Visit Mike Anderson Chevrolet in Chicago, 1 mile west of the Kennedy on beautiful Irving Park Road.
Mike Anderson Chevrolet, the Chevy Giant.
The Antrell Roll Show, Tuesday nights at 10:30 on CSN.
To the fifth we go. Cubs lead the Diamondbacks 1-0. We talk often about this game being a game of adjustments. Jake Arrieta, primarily fastball, slider, curveball, but implementing that changeup here today very effectively, getting a couple of punch-outs last inning. Swing and miss from the righty Goldschmidt, and swing and miss from the switch hitter Saltalamacchia from the left side on that circle change.
Well, we have pointed out on a few occasions this year, as great as he has been, he still trails Zach Greinke in a couple of key categories. Earned run average, he's at 207. Greinke's at 159. Opponent's batting average, Jake is at 196. Greinke at 189. It's almost hard to fathom that Greinke has been better than Arrieta this season. But we still have a month to go. Here's Jake Lamb. And a strike, and Clayton Kershaw has had the best ERA of the bunch since the end of May. You have to throw about 130 pitches to complete that win against the Giants the other night.
I think it was a 126 maybe, something like that.
Let me look here.
Well, Arrieta having a historic season in this franchise's history. I mean, he has a 2.11, had a 2.11 ERA coming into this start since 1920, which is roughly the end of the dead ball era. Only the great Grover Cleveland Alexander and Lon Warneke with better ERAs than Arrieta in a single season.
Strike three called on a fastball. 132 pitches for Kershaw the other night to beat the Giants.
Sundays are Kids Sundays at Wrigley Field. Tomorrow after the ball game, the first 1,000 kids 13 and younger with wristbands will be allowed on the field to run the bases, weather permitting. For more information on this program, visit Cubs.com/kids.
Pounded on the ground by Drury. Baez from third.
In 1920, Alexander had a 191 ERA. In 1933, Lon Warneke had an ERA right at 2. That's the year Warneke rattled off 17 consecutive quality starts or whatever it was. And then in 1963, Dick Ellsworth fashioned a 2.11 ERA, same as Arrieta coming into the start.
It has been mighty impressive. There are certain guys, man, you get into the 7th or 8th inning, especially on a hot day or night. You've dropped the Ted Stryker reference a few times this year. Jake is just kind of the anti-that. He's
a ninja. He's like that guy in the movies, you know, when there's like one guy and 14 guys and they all run at him and he karate chops one guy and throws him out of the way, and then the next guy makes a run at him. That's kind of the way he's been going through National League hitters. He's standing out there on the mound, flipping one over his back, drop kicking another one. and unruffled through it all.
High fly, Bryant and Fowler. This will give way. Fowler hauls it in. That's 3 straight 1-2-3s now for Arrieta. Settled in.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the leading-edge connectivity of the Lexus ES. With available technology to help you find just what you're looking for. Come into the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, where you'll find some of the best offers of the year on our most luxurious models. Lease the 2015 ES350 for $329 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Kids are expensive, so I'm always looking to get more for my money. That's why I switched from Uverse to Xfinity. They have the most free on-demand TV shows and movies on all my devices. It's perfect for me, because my kids are costing me a fortune.
I'm going to Cabo!
Don't settle for Uverse. Xfinity is perfect for people who want more entertainment for their money. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. Couple roster moves by the Cubbies today. Team announced they released Rafael Soriano. A third baseman Mike Old, who was placed on waivers, claimed by the White Sox, added to their active roster. Make sure you join Todd Hollandsworth and me for post-game live after the show. Now we go back to Wrigley. Len and Big Jim.
Okay, Cap, thanks. We want to welcome all our viewers watching on Cooperative Telephone Company in Victor, Iowa. And happy birthday, belatedly, to Cash Zirkle, Bourbonnais, here for his first Cubs game with mom, Sarah McIntosh. Cash turned 8 yesterday. Big Chris Bryant fan. Also enjoyed a tour of the ballpark before the game. Happy birthday, Cash. Robbie Ray to Dexter Fowler and a high drive deep left field. It is gone. Number 16 for Fowler.
As soon as Ray started this inning, action started in the bullpen. A little bit surprised to see him back out there with a high pitch count, but he was able to minimize the damage last inning. That bought him at least one more. Does not start well for him as Dexter Fowler jumps all over this hanging off speed pitch. Belly button high and gone.
So these are all new career highs every time he hits a home run. Number 16, as I mentioned. Career high 89th run scored. Jackson fouls 0-2. Five homers in the series for the Cubs. 68 since the All-Star break, leading the National League. Ball strike 3. Jackson is out for the first time.
Six punch out for Ray. That home run that Fowler hit, just the 7th long ball allowed by Ray this year.
Eric checks in on Twitter. He said belly button high. That's my alma mater. Well played.
The Navals.
Under the Naval Academy. We thought it was funny.
She did too.
Coming home, and that will reach the seats to the right.
They're getting to 96 miles an hour of that fastball. Just watching his delivery in this inning, the way he's gone about it. His first pitch, that was a changeup or some kind of a breaking ball to Fowler. He seems to have slowed down his delivery just a little bit, as if Mike Harkey told him, look, you got one more inning, go out there and pitch. Don't throw, don't try to overpower the ball. Just go out there and pitch.
Swing and a miss. Strike three in his 7th fanning of the game.
And didn't make his pitch here. They're trying to go in with a fastball. He cuts one loose. It's out away from Bryant, but he got the desired result.
Strike to Rizzo. He scored the first run. Singled in the 4th. 3 batters later came home on the David Ross RBI ground out. Out hitting Arizona 4-3. Diamondbacks all 3 hits coming within the first 6 batters of the game as Ray strikes out 3 in an inning for the 2nd time, but the first pitch of the inning left the yard. Dexter Fowler makes it 2-0.
This summer, we've helped a lot of people get into the Honda they'd been searching for.
Nice wheels. Right back at you.
Aw, you guys. There's not much time left. The Honda Summer Clearance event ends soon. There's never been a better time to get into the new Honda you've had your eye on. Everyone happy?
Yay! It's your last chance to find a great deal at the Honda Summer Clearance event.
Bass Pro Shops is the place for huge savings, like clearance savings on Nitro Performance fishing boats and Tracker aluminum fishing boats, with some of the best factory warranties in the business. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here.
When your family's name is Leinenkugel, you take Oktoberfest pretty seriously, which is why we celebrate with our German Marzen-style beer. Raise a stein of Leinenkugel's Oktoberfest and join us out here.
One thing we can rely on in this house is UVerse high-speed internet.
I've been streaming movies all day without any problems.
UVerse high-speed internet has brought much-needed reliability to our lives.
It's got reliability you can rely on.
With 99.9% reliability, it's one thing you can rely on. Get UVerse high-speed internet for $15 a month for 12 months with other qualifying service on one bill and a 1-year term.
Here's a 1-2. Cubs should win it. Ball game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. Chris Denorfia, the hero tonight. 1-0.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. Cubs on top 2-0 as we head to the 6th inning here. And before the game, Wellington Castillo, who obviously catching with the Diamondbacks now, popped his way over into the Cubs clubhouse and was passing out hugs, saying hi to a lot of his old teammates, and walked up to me saying, you know, I really miss these guys. I feel like I've known most of them my whole life, and I'm just really happy to see them doing so well and getting so much success. But he said back in the day during the trade, it was really hard for him. Looking at it now, thinks maybe it worked out for both parties, saying he's even improved over here, having a great year. And I know we've been talking about the young pitching on the Diamondbacks staff, guys. Wellington said he dealt with a lot of that here with the Cubs, and really as a young guy himself didn't know how to help them through it, and thinks now in the situation he's in, he can help them. So interesting how that growth period works, and I think he's really liking things in Arizona. Good to see him doing well.
You're right, Kelly. Great guy, and he ended up in a good spot. And as JD mentioned, Miguel Montero came here. Cubs had 3 catchers, with David Ross being the primary backup. Tomas, the pinch hitter, strikes out. Just felt like a matter of time before Welly ended up in Arizona. 5 strikeouts now for Jake Arrieta. 12 in a row now. He's retired.
Yeah, there's certainly a need there with the Diamondbacks. Tuffy Goswitch got hurt. They had a Rule 5 catcher, Hernandez, on the roster, so they needed to get somebody in there to help stabilize the situation. So they got Salta Lamacchia from the Marlins. They got Welly from the Mariners. Castillo having a big year.
Ciarte bunts through, strike 1.
Diamondbacks' best chances came in the first couple innings. Jake was not really locked in with his location. They had 3 hits through the first 6 batters of this game. They made some solid contact, lined into a couple outs, and he thought, hey, maybe this is the day that Jake gives it up. Nope. Continues to mow him down.
Two strikes. Baez backs up a few steps at third. Ground ball to Rizzo. Arrieta. It's a perfect feed from his first baseman.
The take-home game used or autographed item and help benefit Cubs charities. Cubs Authentics is the premier outlet for all MLB authenticated Cubs memorabilia. Visit Cubs.com/authentics to bid on weekly auction items and to pre-order game-used bases and baseballs. The Cubs will donate net proceeds from the sale of Cubs Authentics to Cubs charities.
Pollock with 2 outs. David Price got his 100th career win today as the Blue Jays dumped the Orioles 5-1 in Toronto. And the Jays needed that win because the Yankees are right on their heels. Half game back going into action this afternoon. The Yankees are down 3-2 in the top of the 8th at home against Tampa Bay.
The Jays are going to get Marcus Stroman back here in fairly short order. He's been out most of the year. Well, what a lift he could provide that rotation.
Ruby De La Rosa and Kyle Hendricks will match up tomorrow to wrap up the week.
A little more context on the season that Arrieta is having. I mentioned his ERA and where it stood among the all-time best seasons for the Cubs. Batting average against 195 coming into this start. Number 1 all-time for the Cubs post dead ball era. So that's 1920 going forward. Numbers 2, 3, and 4 on that list belong to Kerry Wood.
Swing and a miss. A Another 1-2-3 ho-hum for Arrieta. 2-0.
Oh, heads up. That calls for a toast. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
You're a parent, I'm a colonel, we're both busy people. So pick up my new hand-prepared $20 family fill-up meal. 8 pieces of original recipe chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 biscuits. I'll get back to you. It's finger-licking good.
Two of baseball's biggest rivals square off in St. Louis as the Cubs try to gain ground on the first-place cards. It's power against power. Cubs versus Cardinals, Tuesday night at 7 on CSN.
What up, peeps? It's Gabe.
And Babe.
And today we're talking about mobile plans the real way.
Why?
I'm at the coffee shop on my Walmart Family Mobile Unlimited plan. It's unlimited talk, text, and data. We could do this all day with 4G LTE speed. Hi, baby. Because we move fast.
You want to go to the park, buddy? And at $29.88, it's the lowest price unlimited plan that includes 4G LTE.
It's the real plan
For real people.
with real savings.
Save money. Live better. Walmart.
Hey, can we help with that?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, well, in 5 years' time, we could be walking around a zoo with the sun shining down over me and you. And there'll be love in the bodies of the elephants too. And I'll put my hands over your eyes, but you'll peek through and there'll be...
Introducing the one and only Volkswagen Golf Sport Wagon, the sportier utility vehicle.
White Sox, Royals, tomorrow at 12:30 on CSN.
Back here at Wrigley Field. Cubs leading 2-0. Chip Hale goes into his bullpen. Randall Delgado will make his 50th appearance.
35-year-old right-hander. Yeah, he formerly a starting pitcher with the Braves, and there was a time when he was one of the Braves' top pitching prospects. He's moved along here to the Diamondbacks.
Third year with Arizona, a couple of years with Atlanta before that. As Baez punts foul. 25 years old. Delgado, 6'4", 220 from Panama.
There's more of a starting pitcher's mix out there on the mound. Fastball, slider, changeup, real good changeup. Occasionally a curveball. Here comes the change.
Good one.
Yeah, he's got a dandy. Right over the top, kind of a short arm delivery. Changeup's been a theme here today. Ray's an effective weapon. It has been for Arrieta. It's always been a big pitch for Delgado. And Robbie Ray, it looks like the Diamondbacks have the the beginnings of a pretty good starting major league pitcher. He's just 23 years old. He punched out 8 today. He's 96 miles an hour at times with the fastball. Just a matter of finding some consistency with the location.
He is felled by that foul ball off himself. On the inside of the left leg, maybe the knee area. Two.
Still in a bit of pain, yeah.
On the ground, Baez hustling down the line, gonna be close. He got him. Owings makes the play. Tonight is Chicago Fire Soccer Night on CSN starting at 6. Get to know striker David Akam on a brand new episode of Inside Look. Then watch the men in red try to make their move in the standings against Montreal. It all starts tonight at 6 on CSN. Castro's got 2 hits from the 6th spot, playing second base today.
Bill Welke's telling the band to stop playing. He's trying to quiet the music. Let's go. We're trying to play ball here.
Castro enjoyed it. One and two. Owens again slings it across. Ross, the go-ahead RBI on the ground out in the 4th. Walked in the 2nd. Make-up doubleheader after a rainout last night in Cincinnati. In a wild one, the Brewers lead the Reds late 7-6. Cincinnati at one point had a 5-1 lead. Elian Herrera has homered for the Crew. It is a split DH, so we've got another game tonight. 1-1 on Ross. Chat with Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins in the 7th. Greatest pitcher in Cubs history. Driven in the air to deep center. Pollock, a couple of steps in front of the dirt. And the inning is over. We will go to the 7th. It's the Cubs 2 and the Diamondbacks nothing.
Mother Nature can turn in an instant. Don't turn back. Introducing the new 2016 Ford Explorer. Be unstoppable.
This is my fight
From picking the perfect color to our outstanding no prep, no prime formula, Menards and Dutch Boy make transforming your world easy. Go Dutch. Dutch Boy Platinum Paint. Available at Menards.
Who says families have to share data? These guys, that's who. But at T-Mobile, you can get 4 lines with up to 10 gigs of 4G LTE data each. No sharing. And just $30 a line. 10 gigs for each and every one of you. We'll even pay your family switching fees, up to $650 per line. So you can get 10 gigs for all today. And it's only from T-Mobile.
Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins meeting fans, signing autographs in the Wrigley Field Concourse by Gate D this weekend. So if you're out tomorrow, make sure you stop by in exchange for donations to be raised for the Ron and Vicky Santo Diabetic Alert Dog Foundation. And they're hoping to raise enough money this weekend to fund a dog to be named Fergie. So here he is, Ferguson Jenkins, greatest pitcher in Cubs history, is with us, and glad you're here today to watch Jake Arrieta in person. But first of all, let's talk about the charitable work that you do all the time, and you're here signing autographs this weekend.
Well, we're doing it for Vicky and Ron Sano for basically diabetes. And then I think about it. The fans have really been outstanding, showing up, buying balls, or wanting 8x10, shaking hands, having pictures taken. And I think Cub fans have never changed. They're outstanding.
Jake Arrieta goes into this inning not having allowed an earned run over his last 27 innings pitched. He has been really locked in once again as he faces a dangerous hitter in Paul Goldschmidt, and that's outside 1-1. Did you stay up late, watch Sunday night's no-hitter?
Yes, I did. I've seen videos of 2 different days, and I think he's a real horse. I mean, he's really done well this year and proven that he knows what he's doing when he takes that mound. That's the big plus. When you're relaxed, you know what your job is, and that's to get people out. I mean, it makes the game a lot easier. Guys behind you play better. When you throw strikes, stay ahead of the hitter.
He's ahead of Goldschmidt, 1-2. Cubs leading 2-0. That was the final last Sunday when he threw his no-hitter in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's the other part. He hasn't been pitching with a ton of run support, so it's not like he's been able to go out there with a 5-6 run lead. I mean, he's been pitching in a lot of tight games, and he's the same guy regardless of the score, just attacking hitters one pitch after another.
I think if you learn to pitch with less runs, it makes you a better pitcher. You tell yourself, I can't make mistakes. And that's what the game, especially pitching, that part of his game. The fewer mistakes you make and your team scores 1 or 2 runs, you don't give up runs. That's it.
2-2 on Goldschmidt, who is 1 for 2 today. And got away 3-2.
Went back to the changeup. He got him with a changeup last time, tried it again here, and he just never left his hand. He just kind of squirted out of his hand.
Next pitch will be number 90. Here comes a 3-2 slider, and it was up, but he got away with it, fouled away. Fergie, we had the note earlier, according to Elias, Addison Russell from the 9 spot. And obviously most National League teams use the pitcher to hit 9th. He's the first Cub to start in the 9th spot and have a 2-homer game since September 1st, 1971. Do you remember that day?
Yeah, they told me when I did the radio interview. Playing against Montreal, I had 2 home runs. Bill Stoneman and a Tim Burton or a Burton hit off their pitchers. But
did you finish the game and did you win the game?
I think I did.
Yeah,
I think I won the game.
That's a good bet.
I knocked in like 3 or 4 runs, which was a fun day for me. Both hitting and pitching.
Yeah, you were a very good hitter. Now David Peralta. Did you not like it as much in the American League when you didn't get to hit?
Well, the DH was something. When I went to Texas, I had Alex Johnson as a DH for 1 year, Rico Cardi another year, and when I went to Boston, I had Jim Rice as a DH. So, I mean, they did a heck of a job. All I had to do was go out there and pitch, which was a lot of fun in the American League. It was something to learn new hitters and a new league.
Sure.
That first year with Texas, when I won 25 games, I had Alex Johnson and also Toby Harrah as DHs. So, I mean, it was fun having them go out there and do a great job, even though they weren't in the field playing. They scored runs for me.
Yep. Good hard on the ground. Castro's got it. 2 outs.
Is that Billy Martin managing that club, Fergie?
Yeah, I had Billy 2 years in Texas.
Yeah. What are your impressions of
No nonsense. Billy? Hey, go out there and play. And if you're in that lineup, your job was to play that position and to produce. And as a pitcher, that's all I wanted to do.
Right.
Stay out of his doghouse. Yeah, it was fun. Texas, I was there 6 years. And just like here in Chicago, they had heavy humidity from time to time. And, you know, I didn't perspire a whole lot. And I had fun pitching that little ballpark.
Yeah.
It's called Turnpike Stadium.
Did you get into the whole cowboy culture down there?
Oh, yeah, I wore cowboy boots and hats and shirts. And, you know, that was a fun situation. Those 6 years were a lot of fun. A lot of good people in Texas.
Pitching in the heat. in Texas. The 0-1 misses outside. I'm going to say you never pitched at the old ballpark in Houston, right? Or did you
no.
only pitch at the Astrodome?
Just the Astrodome. Yep.
Billy and Ernie used to tell stories, Ronnie, about Colts Stadium.
Ooh. Yeah, I missed that one. Yeah, the mosquitoes were as big as nickels, they said.
Good one to miss. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, at night, when it's humid, the mosquitoes always come out, especially on grass, open. But the Astrodome was fun to pitch in.
1-2 the count on Salt de la Macchia outside. You got your 21st win on September 1st, 1971. Game against the Expos. And you did finish.
Yeah, 71, that was a good year. I had a lot of complete ball games that year, and I ended up beating Tom Seaver for the Cy Young Award, which was kind of a task in itself. You know, there were a lot of good pitchers in the 70s. Marichal was still pitching good. Perry, Carlton, there were Sutton, there were
Gibson,
a lot of guys. Yeah, Negro, there were a lot of pitchers that were winning 20 games that year.
You had the Orioles rotation in the other league.
Yep.
30 complete games, not 30 starts, people. 30 complete games in 1971 for Fergie Jenkins. That could be trouble. Fowler back on it, and he can't get it. It's going to bounce out of play. Salt de la Macchia probably would have had a triple had it stayed in play. As it is, it's a 2-out double.
First hit, first base runner for the Diamondbacks since the Lamb single in the second. Only the third man, excuse me, to reach scoring position today for the Diamondbacks.
Elevated slider, and Fowler almost got to it. Fergie, I talked to Dexter the other day. You know, he plays a little more shallow than most center fielders, and he likes taking away blue pits. He feels like if a pitcher makes his pitch, he does not want a ball to drop in front of him. Did you prefer your outfielders maybe play a little more shallow because you didn't want blue hits to drop?
Well, you know, I had Cesar Tovar playing center field in Texas for quite a while. Here, Adolfo Phillips, Don Young. I just think that you get used to an outfielder, and you check them between pitches a lot of times or after an out, see where they're playing. The shallowest I've ever seen a player play was probably Paul Blair, and with Baltimore. And he could go get them. If they were hit over his head, he did some Willie Mays catches. But that was just if you prefer the guy playing shallow, you pitch to how he was playing. Shift was on, things like that. But they're going to go out there and get that ball. If they got an opportunity to catch it, they'll outrun it.
Yeah, Dexter's very comfortable going back on fly balls, and not every outfielder is. 2-0. And Lamb taps that one toward third. Arrieta barehands it. Throw. Called him safe. Said Rizzo was off the bag, and Anthony wants Joe to look at it.
It's a tough call for the umpire. There's a whole lot going on there with Anthony moving inside to receive that throw, but it looked like they were going to get him.
He's going to be out.
Yeah, I think they got him.
Review it. What a catch! Just
great footwork and great concentration. My goodness.
Well, we know what the result's going to be. So, Fergie, you're going to sing here in a few seconds.
All right.
Thanks for joining us, as always.
Thank you.
You know this is your home away from home, and stop by anytime. It's been a real fun year.
All right. Well, we got a little lull of the action. Good friend of mine's father's sick right now. Okay. Tom Davis in Peoria. Bob. So I'm hoping he recovers and does well. But Tommy Davis is really a really nice guy, and I know he wanted to have his father mentioned on television. So I said I'd be glad to do it for him.
You got it. Our Forsyth replay review going on, and we're getting ready again for Fergie Jenkins to sing the stretch. And this should not take very long, as Rizzo is clearly on the base. Cubs players are ready to walk off the field. They've seen it on the board, and stretch time with Fergie.
Today's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Cubs Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins.
Come on, everybody up. Let's go, let's go, let's sing. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right.
This summer, we've helped a lot of people get into the Honda they'd been searching for.
Nice wheels. Right back at you.
Aw, you guys. There's not much time left. The Honda Summer Clearance event ends soon. There's never been a better time to get into the new Honda you've had your eye on. Everyone happy?
Yay! It's your last chance to find a great deal at the Honda Summer Clearance event.
Hey, what's up, my man? Chuckles? How's it going? So, what's with the getup? Did I miss the memo or something like that?
No, you missed out on the Illinois Lottery Cash for Life game. You can win thousands of dollars a week for the rest of your life. You know what that means, buddy? I'm not taking any chances. None.
Win up to $5,000 a week with Cash for Life from the Illinois Lottery. The longer you live, the more you get.
Welcome back. As promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game after careful consideration. And it's Elizabeth Sandman. Enter the Sandman. How about that? That is absolutely lights out. Tweet your strongest fan photo to Northside, or excuse me, hashtag Northside Data Strong fan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
David Hernandez.
Big guy, big arm. Fairly big ERA at 4.62. On for the 31st time.
Arrieta will lead off the bottom of the 7th. Sinking fastball 93 for a strike. Hernandez coming back from elbow reconstruction. Missed all of last year and half of this year, at least the first couple of months. 6'3", 245.
Delgado with a scoreless inning in relief of Ray. 3 up, 3 down for Delgado. Yesterday, as I mentioned, 6 pitchers for the Diamondbacks, all rookies. That group collectively has thrown 68 major league innings this year. So we could kind of understand the struggles in that ball game yesterday for both the starter and the bullpen guys. Many of them getting their first look here at Wrigley Field.
Called strike 3. Next week, as the Cubs hit the road and the playoff race heats up, turn to CSN Chicago for 5 straight games. Beginning Tuesday night in St. Louis against the first place Cardinals. Join us for the first pitch at 7 right here on CSN Chicago. Madison Russell with 1 out. Takes ball 1.
Pirates and Cardinals are in the middle of the 2nd in St. Louis. No score there. Charlie Morton, Jaime Garcia, the starting pitchers in that ball game. That is a large pretzel or whatever the heck it is.
I'm going to go with pretzel.
Pretzel ring.
So I said greatest pitcher in Cubs history, Fergie Jenkins, as we just have a little fun with Baseball Reference. Wins above replacement for pitchers in Cubs history. Fergie had 53.2. Any guesses as to who has the second most wins above replacement all time for Cubs pitchers? I'll give you a hint. Mordecai Brown was number 3.
Okay,
so
Mordecai was going to be my next guess. Lon Warnicki.
Nope.
Charlie Root.
Golf to deep left. And he just missed it in the well. It's caught by Peralta. Rick Russell, 48.3. Big Daddy, yeah. Top 10. Jenkins, Russell, Brown, Clark, Griffith. Pete Alexander. It's Grover, right? Cleveland, yeah. You mentioned him earlier. Bill Hutchinson, Hippo Vaughn, Charlie Root, Carlos Zambrano, and John Clarkson. Z makes the top 10. Al Spalding, the all-time leader in earned run average with 1.78. Three-finger Brown, 180. Charlie Root, the most wins, the only Cub to win over 200 games. He had 201 wins. Hits per 9 innings pitched. All-time Cub leader.
Gary Wood.
Carlos Marmol, 5.89. The leader by a full hit. Orville Overall was second on that list.
Where's Kerry Wood on that list? Got to be on there somewhere.
He's third. 7.037. Ball 4. Career high set every time Fowler walks. That's his 71st. So you might get a little, conversation going in terms of Brown or Jenkins. But I think we're pretty safe in saying Fergie, all-time strikeout leader, 2,038. Carlos Zambrano second, 1,542. I feel very comfortable declaring Fergie the greatest pitcher in Cubs history. It's fun to say it with him right next to me, right?
Yeah. If I were to say greatest pitcher to have ever worn a Cub uniform,
okay,
would you go Greg Maddux?
That's a different conversation.
Certainly at this stage of the ball game, you're thinking about one-run strategies, willing to try to steal a base here earlier in the game. The running game not as much in play because the wind's blowing out, and thinking about playing for a big inning. But you're in the 7th, 2 outs.
Well, Fergie and Greg, of course, had their number 31 retired. Fergie as a Cub, 167, 132 with a 320 in a decade. 2,600 innings. For Maddux, 133, 112 the record. 361, 2,000 innings. different eras. That's why Fergie would have pitched a lot more innings. Greg was really good as a Cub. He was way better as a Brave, though. His ERA was a run better, 2.63 in Atlanta.
Well, he struggled early in his career, as most guys do. So his first year here, I'm looking, first full year, he was 21 years of age. He was 6-14 with a 5.61 ERA. And the very next year, at the age of 22, he was an all-star, 18-8 with a 3.18 ERA. So it took him a little while to become Greg Maddux.
Swing and a miss to end the inning. 2 strikeouts for Hernandez in the 7th. Cubs lead this one 2-0 late.
This is big, like big. AT&T and DirecTV are now one, bringing television and wireless together. So you'll get your TV from home on the go, which means you can watch movies while you're on the move. Sitcoms while you sit on those. And even Fargo. In Fargo, you can check out water cooler worthy TV at the water cooler. Yeah? Flip between the fight, the game, and the ballet you didn't want to go to. Binge while you lose weight. Channel surf while you surf. And enjoy a good cliffhanger while you hang from a why am I yelling? The revolution will not only be televised, the revolution will be mobilized. Introducing the all-in-one plan, only from DirecTV and AT&T.
Get a good look. Because this is the last you'll see of the 2015 Nissans.
Now's your final opportunity this summer to get holiday bonus cash on the last of this year's models during Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. For a limited time on select models, get up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers.
Bonus cash ends soon.
To Kid Ross, who hit his first major league home run. That was when David was with the Dodgers, and 2 appearances on the.
You could take a major league pitcher, middle of the rotation guy, pluck him off of any of these big league staffs, put him down in AAA. It would be very difficult to replicate the run that he has had against the best hitters in the world here at the major league level.
Yep. Ball charged by Russell, and he has time to get Drury. Oh, and he's not been a 5-and-dive guy or even a 6-inning guy. He's gone deep into a lot of games.
Yeah, and some of the games where he's come out after 6, he was, willing, ready, and able to push on. It was Joe that took him out trying to save some bullets. He's had a couple games where he worked 6 innings but had a big lead, so Joe said, hey, let's shut it down right there, go to the bullpen.
So when this amazing run of quality starts began, just give you the innings pitched: 9, 7, 8, 6 2/3, 9, 7, 6, 6, 7, 7 2/3, 6 2/3, 6, 6, 9. And at least 7 1/3 today. But pitch counts kind of in the 95 to 120 range, so nothing too overly taxing.
And a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings. So. Not a lot of pitches made under duress in many of those starts.
That hit Bill Welke up top, and he's all right, thankfully. 2-2. Wellington Castillo's on deck. How about this one as Jackson makes the catch? Including today, over his last 7 starts, he's given up earned runs in 1 start. That was at the White Sox. 3 runs, 2 earned. No earned runs in 6 of his last 7 starts, including this one. To this point, is Bill Gosselin will get the at bat. Would have been Castillo in a game-tying situation.
2 starts ago in San Francisco, the beginning of the last road trip, he allowed a run, but it was unearned. Cubs won 2 games on that road trip. Arrieta won them both. That game in San Francisco, then the no-hitter against the Dodgers.
I'm not sure Jake could go down to AAA right now and put up the last month he's put up. Just pure luck. Somebody would get a hold of one.
Yeah, you're not supposed to dominate at this level like this, man. This is so impressive.
That's why he's smiling on the graphic. Rizzo will get it. Arrieta covers, and that's the inning. Nicely done, Anthony Rizzo. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 2-0 Cubs.
You're a parent, I'm a colonel, we're both busy people. So pick up my new hand-prepared $20 family fill-up meal. 8 pieces of original recipe chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 biscuits. I'll get back to you. It's finger-licking good.
You might not believe it till you see it. But at Cricket Wireless, we've got smartphones as low as $29.99. And you don't have to worry about annual contracts. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS.
Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf, help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, get rid of IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify.
Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now and find out how we can help you.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
We got a distress signal from Air Force One. This is the most serious terrorist action since 9/11.
Big game hunting never got any bigger.
He's just a certified grade A psychopath. The president is in big trouble.
Who are you?
The President of the United States.
Prove it.
You rescued me. I believe in you.
What the hell are they doing?
Big Game. Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
Comcast Sportsnet, your home for Chicago Cubs baseball.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan. Our Comcast Sportsnet studios in downtown Chicago. Time now for our Sleepies Sportsnet Central update. It was cut down day in the NFL. Teams need to get down to the 53-man roster limit by today. Among the notable cuts for the Bears, defensive end David Bass and tackle Michael Ola. A full report on Sportsnet Central at 10. Join Todd Hollingsworth and me, Cubs post-game live, as soon as this one goes final. Now, we go back to Len Casper, Jim DeShays at the compound.
Cap, thank you. Get a behind-the-scenes look at beautiful Wrigley Field as the Cubs offer 90-minute guided tours that include a chance to step on the field. This must-see Chicago attraction houses over 100 years of history. For more information, go to Cubs.com/tours. Another guy coming back from a couple of Tommy John surgeries, Daniel Hudson. A strike to Chris Bryant.
If velocity is an indicator, he appears to be all the way back. That one clocked at 97. He hit 100 in a game the other day. He's averaging 96 miles an hour with the fastball.
Made 3 appearances last year in his return. Double Tommy John. Well, it's not really double Tommy John. He didn't have surgery on both arms at the same time. That'd be really painful. Back-to-back reconstructions. It's over in New York. The Rays beat the Yankees 3-2. So New York now a game and a half behind Toronto in the American League East, even though the Yankees are leading a wild card race. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on 98.
The delivery looks to me like it would put a lot of stress on the elbow. Woodson originally drafted by the White Sox in 2008, broke in with them in 2009.
Commented in the past about the feeds from Rizzo, not only the nice sliding play, but he usually puts it right on the money to that pitcher covering.
Yeah, you want that ball up above the belt, and you want it with some pace on it.
Way up in the air. And it's caught by
that guy.
That guy. You the man. Nice catch, Chief. I think that's
it's Lamb
Lamb
again. Yeah, he's roaming all over the place. We need to put that Lamb in the pen. You see the flags there. The wind is not much of a factor right now.
That Lamb looked a little sheepish after that ball. But it was with sheer joy that he made the catch. Baez takes a strike. So Jake Arrieta, 116 pitches through 8. He's done, right?
Well, Rondon's up and ready. Top of the order's up. It'll be their 4th look at him. I'm guessing he's done. He's been so dominant, it feels like a more comfortable lead than it is. I mean, we're blooping a blast away from a tie game.
Driven out in the deep right center. Pollock, though, will haul it in. So we will go to the 9th. And it's going to be Hector Rondon.
Hey, Chicago. Did you know that we can fly you internationally from Midway to your favorite places in Mexico, Belize, Costa Rica, and the Caribbean? You didn't? Well, that's why we're here. Ta-da! Chicago, you have lots of sunny options. So long, stateside. Hello, lots of sunny opportunities. Book now at southwest.com.
Leinenkugel's Harvest Patch Shandy is back. It's our crisp ice beer with natural pumpkin spice flavor that's our refreshing take on fall. So grab a Harvest Patch Shandy and join us out here.
Getting help at the paint studio at Ace is like going to your neighbor. For 4 days only this Labor Day weekend, it's buy 2 gallons, get 1 free on Valspar, Clark, and Kensington and Royal. Available at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
future can turn in an instant. Don't turn back. Introducing the new 2016 Ford Explorer. Be unstoppable.
This is my fight song.
Our Elgin Toyota upcoming schedule, and we're going to hit the road after tomorrow. St. Louis, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, 11 days and 11 games. There is an off day and a day-night doubleheader included on the trip. So we've got some changes aside from the Cubs pitcher. And the guy who started the game and went 8 is our Binny's Beverage Depot toast of the game. That's Jake Arrieta trying to get his 18th win.
Yeah, you know, by Jake's standards, and you have to qualify everything when you talk about this guy, not quite as sharp early on, but once he found that release point, he started dealing. And the changeup, you say another good one there. That changeup was a big weapon for him here this afternoon.
Bryant goes left to third. Chris DeNorfia is now in left. Baez is at second. So Castro is out. And Hector Rondon 1-0 on Ender Inciarte. Fouled away. So Hector gave up the big home run to Joey Votto the other day, but it came after the Bryant error. It would have ended that 9th inning. It was in a tie ball game. This is a safe situation today. Right back to him, and he can't get it. And neither can Baez. Inciarte finds a way on base, and the tying run will come up with nobody out.
For the second straight day, Inciarte has not hit the ball out of the infield. A little whiff there by Rondon on that slow ground ball.
It's like he hit him a changeup.
Didn't stay down long enough.
There's Pollock. Yeah, you kind of alluded to it earlier, and now with a runner on, it really stares you in the face. Arrieta made this game feel like it was 8-0.
Yeah,
this is a good offense.
It felt like there's no chance they were going to do anything against him.
Sharply hit. Bryant picks it up. Throw to second for 1, 2. They get him. 5-4-3.
Well, a costly error the other day, but this time Bryant picks up Rondon. Slick play. Absolutely. Ovation from the stands, ovation from the dugout. Good turn by Baez. That's huge. With Paul Goldschmidt stepping into the batter's box.
Boy, it could have been 2 on, nobody out if he doesn't make the play cleanly. Instead, they turn the double play, and Goldschmidt takes strike 1. The 0-1. Outside.
Day after day, this game presents opportunities to be a hero or to be a goat. That was one heck of a play at a very big time by Chris Bryant.
Lined into left. 2 hits today for Goldschmidt in his return to their lineup. David Peralta.
Goldschmidt missed a couple of days, but he didn't miss a beat. Arrieta has power. He's hit 14 home runs this year.
Cubs not concerned about Goldschmidt. He's probably just going to walk to second. Rizzo playing way behind him. Goldschmidt takes off. Peralta hits a ground ball. Rizzo will field. The flip. Cubs win. Cubs win a combined 6-hit shutout. And a chance for a series sweep tomorrow.
Well, yesterday the wind was blowing in and 19 runs went up on the board. Today the wind was blowing out for most of the afternoon, but the pitching able to neutralize that. And in particular, Jake Arrieta with another sterling effort here today. 8 shutout for Arrieta on his way to his 18th win.
Leading the major leagues. 7 straight wins in his last 7 starts for Jake Arrieta. That'll wrap up our coverage from the ballpark. We have more to come, however, for our Cubs coverage. Final score, Cubs 2, Diamondbacks nothing. We are back with you on Tuesday night from St. Louis. First of 5 in a row here on CSN, 7 o'clock Central Time. Up next, Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend, everybody.
You don't want to lose with Jake Arrieta pitches, and you usually don't. Picks up his 18th win of the season. Captain Holly with you here on our Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live. He goes to the post, and maybe you don't get a no-hitter today. That was over quick, but he was dealing. Had 16 straight at one point that he retired.
Yeah, dominant stuff. I mean, again, it's beyond really talking statistics with Jake. 116 pitches today, efficiency, command, control. I mean, dominant stuff. Maybe in a bit of a different way today. The fastball away to all those left-handed hitters completely had them going. I mean, his control was off a little bit early in the ball game where they were able to put some pitches in play that were a little bit more out over the plate, but got to the corners, factored into the changeup, I think, to the second bat against Goldschmidt, threw him a changeup, kind of messed him up for the rest of the day. Just great stuff again for Jake Arrieta. As you said, wisely said, you want to win when he starts.
All right, we've got to take a timeout. We'll come back. You'll hear from Joe Madden. You'll hear from Jake Arrieta. You'll see the highlights, and we'll break down this Cubs victory for you today. Cubs win again. They beat the Diamondbacks 2-0. We'll be right back right here on our post-game show.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the exhilaration of efficiency. With 6 models to choose from, there's a Lexus hybrid for every driver. Come into the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, where you'll find some of the best offers of the year on our entire hybrid lineup. Lease the 2015 CT 200H for $299 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
It's the American Sale Labor Day Clearance Event. Right now, save 50 to 70% on all outdoor furniture and umbrellas. Up to 50% on pools and pool accessories. Up to 40% on spas. Plus, we pay your sales tax and get 0% financing for 12 months. Swing sets as low as $719. Trampolines as low as $399. The Labor Day Clearance Event at American Sale. Come to one of our 9 Chicagoland locations or visit AmericanSale.com and get your fun on.
There is no room in baseball for errors and mental mistakes. Scouting is an important part of baseball, but stop. But it's also an important part. Just trying to get them loose. How about a head-first slide next time, man? That'd be awesome. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
You're a parent, I'm a colonel, we're both busy people. So pick up my new hand-prepared $20 family fill-up meal. 8 pieces of original recipe chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 biscuits. I'll get back to you. It's finger-licking good.
Packed house, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Well, how about this moment for the kid?
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers. As reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Audi, truth in engineering. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Toyota, the annual clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. This is Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live.
Cubs get it done today, 2-4-0. Beats 0-6-0. Cubs get her done big and go to 20 over. I think that's the third time this year they've gotten to 20 over at 77 and 57. They beat the Diamondbacks. Hello, welcome in. Cubs postgame live presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield along with Todd Hollandsworth. I'm David Kaplan. We talked about Jake Arrieta a moment ago, but we also saw just enough offense. Ray pitched well for the D-backs. He did. He was locked in.
Good stuff. I mean, he's got a good arm. I mean, that's the one thing. You go back to that 4th and 5th inning, we put some things together, some quality at bats, and that's the thing. You know, you got a couple guys on with some base hits, loaded the bases up, and played a little bit of small ball. Got a run there. Fowler jumps on a first pitch in the 5th, gives us the lead. But this really is still all about Jake Arrieta today. Outstanding performance, dominant stuff. I was kind of hoping maybe to see him there in the 9th inning. I knew that was a little unreasonable at 116 pitches, but great stuff for him today and got better as this game went on. You talked about 16 in a row. That was in the middle innings. So the Diamondbacks, they had their chance early, and when you're going up against an ace, if you don't capitalize on those few opportunities, especially early, and you hear me say it all the time with aces, get them early. They didn't. He settles in. He gets it done.
All right. He also has his 6th start of the year with 0 walks. So very, very good to see his control, which when he was traded to the Cubs 2 years ago, the big question was command. His command has been magnificent.
Well, let's just think about the set of circumstances. And a lot of times this will happen after somebody throws a no-hitter or has one of those games that we're all raving about. There's usually kind of a fall-off in that second start. Jake, you know, after a couple of hits early in this ball game was the Jake that we described in the no-hitter. Great stuff, pitching to the corners, lots of fastball action away today. That stood out a little bit more to me more than anything. But again, was in complete control, not good contact. This wasn't a whole lot of line drives. Defense made some great plays behind him on the infield, but all the action was still in the infield. So great stuff from him today. He settled in. He got back to that routine, found his arm slot, his pacing out there, and was able to really settle in. Just a tremendous performance again, especially considering he threw a no-no 5 days ago.
All right, we begin with our UPS store taking care of business player of the game, and we give it to, again, Jake Arrieta, who was simply outstanding. His 8th scoreless start this season of 6+ innings, most by a Cubs pitcher in a season since Bill Lee had 10 of those in 1938. I think Holly was on that team. The double he gave up to Jared Saltalamacchia in the 7th inning. First extra base hit since August 15 against the White Sox. That was 4 starts ago.
Yeah, well, early in this ballgame, like we saw, and this is the beginning of the ballgame, there were some pitches there that Diamondback hitters had a pretty good approach on. They were able to get the barrel on it. Kind of the way that the ball was getting through there, so good contact for them. But again, if you watch Jake as this start goes on, gets to the corners, starts executing pitches, big strikeout right there. The slider starts to work for him, and then his fastball command, it becomes pinpoint, and especially to those left-handed hitters as Chip Hale kind of stacked his lineup with a few more of them today, real effectively with the fastball working on the outside part of the plate. You saw a lot of swing and misses out there as well.
Yeah, you look at those numbers in the last 4 starts. The ERA, unbelievable. The innings pitched, very, very solid. The hits allowed, just 12. Look at that strikeout to walk ratio, and the opponent's batting average is obscene.
Well, the 12 is what really stands out to me more than anything. That's about somebody who's dominating the sport. I mean, I love to talk about strikeouts just like anybody else. I mean, we can talk velocity, we can talk hard, devastating sliders at the back of the plate, but when you're only giving up 12 hits in that number of innings, that is hard to square up, and that's basically what you're talking about from a hitter's perspective. This guy is a nightmare to face. You can't sit on a pitch. You can't go up there and look for something, think you're going to get it, and still execute, and that's what's really going on right now with a lot of the hitters he's going up against. They're going up there. They're aware of the slider. I've seen guys go up there looking for it and not be able to do anything with it. That tells you how good he is.
Let's look at our Cholula hot sauce pitching recap from today's ball game. We had a good matchup. Robbie Ray, who did a nice job today against Jake Arrieta. Ray went 5 innings, allowed 4 hits, just those 2 earned. He punched out 8, just walked 3, and gave up the 1 home run. But Arrieta, this just sick numbers.
Well, and I want to get back and bring that one highlight up. I kind of mentioned it right there at the open. The changeup that he threw to Goldschmidt. Now, that's his 4th pitch. It's the 4th pitch he uses, meaning he uses it more infrequently than the rest. but he was able to bring it to the table, and it wasn't for show, it was for purpose. That means something. When he threw that changeup to Goldschmidt and got the strikeout, that's embedded in the hitter's mind. I've got to be aware of a changeup as well. And if you watch the next 2 times you faced him, he was able to get fastballs by him. Think back to the first at-bat. Goldschmidt lines a fastball to right for a base hit. You didn't see the same swings from Paul Goldschmidt, their best hitter, later in the ballgame against Jake Arrieta.
All right, let's get to the highlights. We start bottom of inning number 4. Anthony Rizzo going to come up with a base hit, and then good piece of hitting by Javi Baez. He's showing more discipline at the plate. There's Rizzo. Fists that thing out into center field, just strength, drives it out there, and then Baez, a real nice job. There's ball 4, works the walk, and the Cubs are in business. And then your key performer today, Starlin Castro, worked with Manny before the game, shoots one the other way. There's the base hit. He probably could have made it once the ball squirts away there a bit, but nobody knows that. The throw definitely would have had a beat. So now the bases are loaded, and the old man, David Ross, is at the plate. David Ross gets the job done. Bounces one off the plate. Good piece of hitting.
Good bad contact is what you call that right there. If you hit a line drive, it's your middle infielder. You hit into a double play. This is called good bad contact. You get the results you want. You get the guy home. The runners move up. You only cost yourself 1 out right there, and you kind of keep things in order. Fortunately, not able to capitalize on it. Want to backtrack just to the Baez and Castro at bats. Absolutely outstanding at bats. Both of them showing good discipline on pitches that were down in the strike zone.
How does Fowler hit a home run here?
Well, in my personal opinion, and they might talk about it a little bit differently, it's because of what happened in the 4th inning. I mean, you talk to young pitchers. I mean, we've talked about this, and I said it in the beginning of the game, in the pregame today. When you get, when you start to wear young starters down, when their pitch count starts to go up, and he goes into the 5th inning at 76 pitches, you're thinking, okay, I need to be more efficient here in order to get my start a little bit longer into the ballgame. You're running into a little bit of a problem. Cubs are grinding him out just a bit. And what ends up happening is you throw that, okay, I'm going to throw a little get-me-over to Dexter Fowler right here. You hang it out over the plate on the first pitch, and he deposits it in the seats. This has been their approach. It's been fantastic of late. Wear them down, force them back into the middle of the plate, make those mistakes happen, and then capitalize on them with long balls.
All right, Kelly Krall had a chance to catch up just a moment ago with Dexter Fowler.
Dexter, you saw some really good at-bats there in the 4th, and then in that 5th inning, you stepped up, first pitch hitting. Just tell me what you were looking for there from Ray.
I was looking for a changeup, and I got a changeup.
It's your 16th long ball of the year. Of course, that's a career high. What is it, that in walks, a career high as well, what is it consistency-wise for you that's allowed you to be so successful this year?
I think it's just experience. I think it's just coming out here and, getting the at-bats I need and going out from there.
Well, after that long ball, you guys are up 2-0, but not a lot. But for Jake Arrieta, does it feel like a lot when he's on the mound?
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a joy to watch from center field. I mean, when the guy's on, there's nobody in the game that's better right now.
All right, Dexter, thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you go. Cubs win 2-0. Dexter Fowler, the big long ball today to help them out, guys.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Take a quick break here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Yesterday, Addison Russell did it with the bat. Today, flashed some leather. Coming up, we'll look at the defensive play of the game and review the lineups and a whole lot more. Be right back.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
There are measures we can offer. Other agents in the field.
I work alone.
Okay, what's it gonna take?
I want a guarantee.
He wants the card.
I'm in.
He's good.
Drop my phone.
Kids are expensive, so I'm always looking to get more for my money. That's why I switched from Uverse to Xfinity. They have the most free on-demand TV shows and movies on all my devices. It's perfect for me, because my kids are costing me a fortune.
I'm going to Cabo!
Don't settle for Uverse. Xfinity is perfect for people who want more entertainment for their money. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
You're a parent, I'm a colonel, we're both busy people. So pick up my new hand-prepared $20 family fill-up meal. 8 pieces of original recipe chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 biscuits. I'll get back to you. It's finger licking.
First night at our new house. Exciting!
Moving is frustrating, but moving your DirecTV isn't. Simply call before you move and upgrade to a new Genie, our most advanced HD DVR system ever. Now, one box serves your entire home, so you can record 5 shows at once and watch them in every room of your new house. The DirecTV Movers Deal. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
This Labor Day, we salute the genuine, hard-working folks who give it their best each and every day. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we do our part by working hard to offer name-brand goods at honest, low prices. Right now, save 20% on select Aqualife faucets. Select GB and Sperry electrical testers and supplies are now 10% off. And this Duracraft Pro 114-piece socket and wrench set is $49.99. Genuine value. That's Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Sports Talk Live, presented by the all-new Chevy Silverado. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
All right, welcome back. Time for our Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Who's hot and who's not on Sundays? David Ross on a Sunday. No way old man's playing 3 days in a row, but 357 batting average, home run, and 2 RBIs. Love you, Rossi. Anthony Rizzo. Brutal. 182 batting average, 15 punch-outs, and just a 286 on-base percentage. Wow. It's Saturday night. Come on, Riz. Welcome back to Cubs Post-Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Let's check out our Sports Authority play of the game. We give it to Addison Russell. Diving grab of a liner off the bat of A.J. Pollock, the outfielder, and the D-backs half of the third. Look at that play.
Oh, a couple steps and a dive. It's just anticipation. And again, you hear me talk about it, pre-pitch anticipation, understanding where the pitch is going to be placed, where it's going, and then anticipating where you need to be. He gets it. He's got a quick first step, great release on the throws. Doesn't need it here. A great reaction time. I mean, he has been so good. How much has his game elevated, Cap, since he moved over to short?
Both at the plate and
right?
Defensively. He just looks like, I'm comfortable now.
Yeah, that's where he is.
Good to see.
He's very, very happy to be over there now.
All right, let's take a look at the Cubs lineup today for manager Joe Madden. Did a really nice job trying to stack this thing today with some right-handed hitters. Dexter Fowler, 1 for 3 to solo Jack. Jackson and Bryant didn't get anything done. A walk for Austin Jackson. Anthony Rizzo, 1 for 4. Javi Baez, 0 for 3. Did have a walk and hit the ball hard. Starlin, a 2 for 3 day.
Well, again, you go back to that 4th inning where we got it going in a row. Anthony started us off with the base hit to center field. Baez and Castro followed up with a couple base hits there. Sure, you would hope to maybe score a few more runs, but it's kind of what ends up happening in the National League, where you get down to your pitcher's spot and sometimes you don't score as many runs as you think you should, but then you follow it up with a Fowler homer the top of the next inning. You're ready to roll here. You got a 2-run lead.
All right, time to hear from Joe Madden. That's our Xfinity post-game press conference.
No, it's good.
At what level is this guy right now?
Tough. I mean, it's as good as you're going to get on a major league level. I mean, quality of pitches, durability, a guy that absolutely takes care of himself. I mean, not that other guys don't, but this guy's the way he gets after it, training-wise, to be ready for those moments. I mean, like I said, the quality of the stuff. You watch it from the side, and that's. I have a lot of respect, like I said yesterday, for this Diamondback club. There's a lot of good offensive players there, and I thought in the beginning he wasn't as sharp. He kind of like hit his stride about the 3rd or the 4th inning. Everything started to click, and then he got really, really good after that. So it's a tribute to his abilities and the way he works, and his mental preparation is outstanding.
I know awards at the end of the year mean nothing to you guys now, and I'm sure Jake said the same thing, but he's got to be in consideration for the top pitcher of the league.
Absolutely has to be. I know there's some other really good pitchers in this league that we've just faced. Some of them. He's with them. He's right with them. The criterion involved, and that's going to be subjective based on who's going to apply the votes, whatever. But when you break him down right now, I know it's his manager talking, but it's really difficult to beat. There's good competition. It's going to be interesting to watch. Several guys are deserved, but I think our guys right at the top.
Overall, just a solid well-played game by you.
Yeah, we caught the ball. We caught the ball, did a nice job catching the ball. Jake, actually, that double play that he started was really a big play. The play at first base on the slow roller. That's a big play. He had himself a nice day defensively, too. Rossi fighting that ground ball up the middle to score a run. And of course, Dexter, that home run was big for us to apply a little bit of cushion there. I've never seen their pitcher pitch before. I thought he was outstanding. Like I said yesterday, there's a lot good going on in Arizona, so I'm really pleased with the way we've played the last 2 days.
You ever seen a run like Jake is on right now?
I've had David, Price, he did it. I've seen Shieldsy really good too. Well, I mean, David won a Cy Young, didn't he? Yeah, I mean, I've seen guys really good. He's right. That's what I'm saying. It's right up there with the best that I've seen and have had. He's been awesome. He's been absolutely awesome. And when the conversation occurs, his name's, I would guess top 3 with everybody. And it's just a matter of how you want to apply your vote. And there's still some time to go.
Do you get greedy when your team's playing well? Do you and your coaches do more coaching when things are going in a positive way to try to get things better?
I do less. I think they need your support more when it's not going well. They need your verbal support. They need your positive feedback. When they're going well, my tendency is to not say anything. I've said it before, I really think I can only get in their way of being successful. If I have to say something specifically, I got to be like really fully convicted that it will make a difference or matter to that guy. If it's like 50-50 ambivalent kind of feelings, I won't say it, or to the entire group.
We talked about, Sully asked about the lead and the wild card. I know you say you're not looking at that, but are these guys sensing anything or smelling anything yet?
Well, the way we're playing, really pleased with the whole effort. The dugout is absolutely in fuego every night. It's absolutely, it's beautiful. That's who our guys are. It's I think they get it without me having to say anything.
You've been talking about defense a lot lately, and then the night that you switch things up a little bit defensively, and that huge double play for Goldschmidt. How big is that to get it? The bases empty for Goldschmidt.
Incredibly big. It's no different than having the bases empty for Ovado. It's the same thing. The guy is really good. He's really good. Yeah. So the first ball gets underneath Ronnie. You don't want to see that happen, obviously. Then Pollock is, that's what I'm saying. Those 3 kids in the middle there, top 4, those are really high-level Major League Baseball players. So KB makes a great play, good feed, and then, of course, Javi on the turn. We've talked about him the last couple days. So it's huge. And of course, like the other day, KB had that ball, that wicked line drive or hard ground ball go through him. To come back and make that play today is absolutely tremendous for his psyche.
Do you ever just go to Theo and thank him for making that Arrieta trade?
Not yet. Listen, like I said, these guys have done all the heavy lifting. I came in with a lot of this stuff already in place, or almost all of it already in place. So our guys know what they're doing. It was very attractive looking in. Now I get to be part of it, and I feel very fortunate. You got it.
All right, there you go. That's Joe Madden meeting with the media. Always entertaining. Still to come, we'll go over Holly's keys. We'll find out if he was any good today. Came in handy, I'll tell you that. And preview tomorrow's series finale against the Diamondbacks. We'll be right back. Cubs post-game live presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Continue.
You're a parent, I'm a colonel, we're both busy people. So pick up my new hand-prepared $20 family fill-up meal. 8 pieces of original recipe chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 biscuits. I'll get back to you. It's finger-licking good.
There's so many details that go into building an asymmetric surfboard. Designing things for myself at first was really an exciting thing. But watching somebody else ride something I made, that's really where it's at. There are lots of ways, to refresh the world, but in the end, I just want to give people something they can enjoy.
You might not believe it till you see it. But at Cricket Wireless, we've got smartphones as low as $29.99. And you don't have to worry about annual contracts. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, "I became a soldier."
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap.
Cubs made a couple roster moves today. Team announced they have released reliever Rafael Soriano and third baseman Mike Olt, claimed off waivers by the Chicago White Sox. He joins their active roster immediately. Soriano made just 6 appearances with the team since signing in June. Olt, one of the players that came over in the Matt Garza deal with the Rangers. Welcome back. Let's look back at Todd Hollinsworth's keys for the pregame show, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Howie?
All right. Well, we got to see it. I certainly was hoping for a little more offensive production, but it was exactly kind of what I wanted to see, that whole redo. The Cubs' offensive approach 2 days ago was very similar. Kind of grind down the young guy with the good arm, work, get him to, maybe walk a few guys, create a higher pitch count, get some fat pitches out over the plate. We played it out there in the 4th and 5th innings. I certainly would love to have put up 14 again, but good enough to get the win today. Repeat, really just kind of talking about Jake Arrieta once again, not kind of keying on him making any kind of changes. The repeat element of it is the idea that Jake just continues to do what he's been doing. I love today because we got to see that changeup a little bit more. His 4th best pitch, and the fact that he used it against some of their better hitters in the lineup in order to get back to that fastball again was absolutely outstanding. It just goes to show you how good Jake is. 4 quality pitches again today, and celebrate. I told you about the importance of winning this series after the Red Series. You go into today, you want to get a series win. You want to win an Arrieta start as well as he's been pitching. You've got the series win. You want the win tomorrow, but today was a big day, and I thought you just kind of keep that thing moving. This whole road trip coming up is kind of it, the way I see it. The way they played with the Nationals, the Giants chasing them. You and I can talk about this. Don't worry about the players talking about it too much. They got a nice little comfortable lead. You got your sights set on Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Everything's moving forward. You're going to play them on the next road trip.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun to see how that breaks down. Cubs 8 up on the Nasty Nats right now as we speak, with Washington still to play tonight. So it'll either be 7.5 or 8.5 when baseball play concludes for Saturday evening. Let's check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow's finale of this series. It's Kyle Hendricks against Robbie De La Rosa. De La Rosa is a very, very good pitcher.
Yeah, they like him. I mean, again, and they like Ray and they like Godley. These guys have upside, but they're young. They're kind of feeling their way through their first years in the big league. The 1 weak spot of the Arizona Diamondbacks really has been their starting pitching. So I'm going to tell you this formula for tomorrow is very similar when we talk about the offensive approach. If you can get that pitch count out, get some of these guys to make some mistakes out over the plate, you will get some pitches to probably hit out of the yard tomorrow against Ruby De La Rosa. You got to make sure. You see it right there. He's given up 28 on the season. And they all haven't been in Arizona, so he's given up a few of those on the road as well. Kyle Hendricks, keep the ball down. We know how important that 2-seamer is, a little cut changeup that he's been using a lot lately, but he's got to get it down in the strike zone. And the one thing that stands out, a few walks here or there, maybe made a little trouble for himself. So see if he can get himself past that, kind of attack that strike zone on both sides of the plate and really get himself in a good groove, get those grounders working.
All right, we're going to go out to Wrigley Field. Jake Arrieta is coming into the interview and ready to meet the media. So let's go to Wrigley. Here is Cubs starting pitcher Jake Arrieta, and he sounds unhittable.
As the game wore on, I started to mix some things up a little differently and use some different sequences. Use the changeup quite a bit. And it's something that I always work on, so when the time comes, I'll have a good enough feel for it to use it. I was able to use it, I think, for all 3 outs in the 4th or 5th inning. So that it was nice to have some comfortability with that today. And then command of the fastball good. So Pitch count was up slightly early. Had a big double play, some really good defense. Yeah, and the game kind of cruised today.
In a weird way, is it almost good to get the base hit out of the way so you can just continue to go about your business of pitching like you have all year?
I don't think so. Regardless of the situation, you're trying to do the same thing. I would have preferred to not give up any hits. But it's, you know, those guys are good. Goldschmidt hit a really good pitch down and away to right field. I missed a spot on Peralta, hit a ball up the middle. Yeah, and then they had, I think, a base hit maybe in the third, and then not another hit until the 7th or 8th. So it was fine.
Can you talk about that confidence level?
Right, there you go. What more do you say about this guy?
.99 ERA in 15 starts. There's not much more you can ask me to add to that. That's as dominant as I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's half a season, .99.
Sub-1 ERA.
It's incredible. Hey, quick shout out to a dear friend of ours here at Comcast Sportsnet, Scott and Kathy Gerke. It's their 12th wedding anniversary, and they're dear friends with Erica, who runs all the audio around here. So happy anniversary. You guys were out at the game today. You got to see another good Cubs victory. Thank you for watching Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Don't forget, Sportsnet Central tonight, and we'll have baseball for you. Holly and I've got 5 straight next week at CSN, all over the Cubs the rest of the way. So Cubs 8 up right now, pending the outcome of the game for the Nationals this evening for that second wild card. Have a wonderful evening. Have a happy, safe holiday season with your family this weekend. We'll see you.
Need more time! You only get a handful of minutes to start a new life.
We gotta go!
Keep looking! It's gotta be here!
He's coming!
So you grab what you need to get you through.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna go have our baby now.